Just a quick road trip from the resort pools of Scottsdale and those Phoenix city limits lies Arizona's hidden treasure trail, historic mining towns with more gold, copper, and mystery than most visitors ever discover. Welcome back to the Rock Record. Let's talk rocks. This week, I am in central Arizona hunting for something most Phoenix visitors completely miss: the incredible mining history hidden in these mountains. Today, I'm taking you through 3 amazing day trips from Phoenix: Superior, Globe, and the legendary Goldfield Ghost Town. Each one is a perfect escape where geology and Wild West history collide. So ditch the resort for a day or two and come with me as we uncover the real treasures of Arizona. All right, just an hour east of Phoenix is Superior, a historic mining boomtown at the base of the Apache Leap cliff. I have timed my visit here perfectly to align with the Apache Leap Mining Festival, where the town of Superior gets together and has a big old celebration of its rich mining heritage and exciting future. Celebrations include music, dancing, a parade, chihuahua races, and of course, a mining competition, which is exactly why I'm here. All right, before we dig into the festival itself, let's dig into the namesake behind it. This impressive cliff behind me isn't just a beautiful, dramatic backdrop. This right here is Apache Leap. It is an escarpment rising about 4,700 feet above sea level. What makes this formation geologically fascinating is it is composed of the Apache Leap tuff, a massive sequence of volcanic material that formed during the Tertiary period. This isn't just any volcanic rock. It's a dacitic welded tuff, created when super hot volcanic ash and fragments fuse together after a massive eruption. The tuff layer gets thicker as you move north, ranging from about 1,000 feet to over 2,300 feet thick. What's even more interesting is how the different layers of tuff vary, from densely welded crystal-rich sections to partially welded layers containing ancient pumice fragments. These layers tell the story of an ancient and violent volcanic past that shaped this entire landscape. But Apache Leap also has a tragic human story. According to legend, rather than surrendering to the U.S. cavalry in 1870, Apache warriors chose to leap to their death off of this cliff, giving it its name. What makes Superior a fascinating day trip from Phoenix isn't just its unique history. It's the fact that you can experience the past, present, and future of Arizona in just one place. So the town here began as a supply center for the Silver King mine in the 1870s, which was the richest silver mine in Arizona. So when silver prices crashed, this town could have disappeared like so many others, but the discovery of rich copper deposits here gave Superior a new life. So if you just want to pick it up, and we'll just fast forward to Magma. So the Magma Copper Company, formed in 1910, would operate here for many years. During its life, it would produce over 1.2 million tons of copper, 36,000 tons of zinc, almost 700,000 ounces of gold, and an incredible 34 million ounces of silver from beneath these very mountains. What I love about Superior is that this festival brings people together to celebrate the rich mining heritage as well as its bright future.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays.
At the mining competition here, you can watch contestants participate in kind of old school mining techniques, from mucking to spike driving to hand sawing and finally jackleg drilling. This gives you a taste of the physically demanding work that built this town. So here competing in the mining competition today, we have, I think, 21 different participants, as well as their mucking partners. from a variety. So of course you can see in the blue behind me here, that's the college team that just got back from England, that they were competing in the International Intercollegiate Mining Team. We have industry people here. We have people who have been around the mining industry. So lots of really cool competitors here today.
Let's have a great competition. See who comes out on top this year. Thank you.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna...
So the event behind me here is sweet saw, is what I call it. Some other people just call it sawing. And the goal is to saw through this block of wood in the fastest time. So it may sound really easy, but it takes a lot of strength. A lot of times are under sub 1 minute, which I know when I was in college, I could not do. So really cool competition. The historic aspect of it was sawing old timbers for the mines, was trying to do it really fast. And so that is kind of what this is emulating here in this competition. So the next event is the spike driving event. The goal of this event is to drive nails into these two pieces of lumber here. So you can see we have an overhead and just normal spike driving here. And these are long spikes. So there are 4 spikes. You have to drive 2 and 2. And I believe they said in the rules that 2 of them have to be flush with the lumber here. So very cool event. It's one of the more dangerous events here, I would say. If you hit a spike wrong, it can go flying. So very cool. Not one I've ever participated in personally. All right, so this next event happening behind me is muck. And the goal is to fill this ore car up as fast as you can, push it down to the end of the track and back in the fastest time. So there is a, they're not filling up the whole ore car. There is like a stopper in, so they're not filling up the whole like ore car here, but still not a super fun event. You can see the dust flying, you've got gravel going. So they just called that it's full enough. They were running it down to the end, gently tapping this button here, and then all the way back. Dump, and that's their time. All right, so the next event happening behind me here is jackleg drilling. It's one of the newer and noisier parts of the mining competition here. A lot of these machines are still being used in places around the world today, so not quite as ancient technology as some of the other competitions that we've seen today. So the name of the game in this competition is the fastest person to 12 inches. So on the drill steel, there's marked a 12-inch mark with some tape, I believe. So the fastest person to drill to that mark is going to be the winner of this event. So it's a timed event. So the way this event is run is that the person will start off here on the block behind me. So they're going to run to the rock here and pick up the drill. And these drills aren't just like light little things that you're moving around. They are heavy machines. So he's going to set it up at his required drill position here. Get that thing rolling. And then start drilling. So you'll see on this block behind me that there's some painted squares, and each one of these squares has a different number. Now, these numbers were randomly drawn by the competitors first thing in the morning, so that way there was no semblance of somebody having a better part of the rock or not. Today, Superior is in a bit of a renaissance. While copper mining may return here due to a couple of proposed projects nearby, it's not just a mining city anymore. Now the town has pivoted towards tourism and recreation and is just such a fun spot to visit. Today, hikers, mountain bikers, and rock climbers are discovering what the miners knew here all along, that this is truly an extraordinary place. So because we were here for the mining competition, we didn't get a chance to really look around Superior itself. But it is a really cool town. There's a lot to do. We have the world's smallest museum that literally has a capacity of 2. And it has the world's largest Apache tier, we were told. So unfortunately, it's not open right now, but definitely worth checking out. If you like hiking or off-roading, there is the Lost, the Legends of Superior Trail to check out. So that's really cool. Again, we just didn't have time this trip, but it's definitely on my list. All right, so for Phoenix area visitors looking for the authentic Arizona experience beyond those resort pools, Superior offers that perfect mix of Wild West history, stunning geology, and small town charm, all within an easy drive. But this is just the first stop on our day trip Phoenix area tour. Just 30 minutes east down a winding highway, another historic community awaits, Globe, where copper mining isn't just history, it's happening today. Let's go check it out. All right. What is this? It is some sort of weird cactus tree. Please let me know. I'm a geologist, not a plant person. It's a cactus tree. Globe is another historic mining town with a story written in copper. Also founded after silver was discovered here in 1875, Globe actually got its name from a globe-shaped piece of pure silver found nearby, though it was copper that would ultimately define this community's future. Nestled at 3,500 feet above sea level and surrounded by the spectacular Tonto National Forest, Globe combines small-town charm with outdoor adventure opportunities that make it another perfect day trip from Phoenix. So today we are exploring the Old Dominion Mine Park. It was built on the site of what was once the economic heart of this region. From the late 1870s until 1931, the Old Dominion was one of the richest copper mines in Arizona, producing an astounding almost 800 million pounds of copper. What I love about this park is how it preserves the mining heritage while also creating space for the visitors of today. You can see the remnants of the actual mining operations that once employed about 1,500 people, making it the economic engine for the entire community. But that's not all. There's also walking trails, a playground, picnic facilities, etc. So there's lots to do in this park. So the copper deposits here formed in a pretty similar way as the ones in Superior, what geologists call porphyry copper deposits. But the Old Dominion had its fair share of challenges. Water constantly seeped in the mine, not something you really expect from a pie here in Arizona, but it required massive pumps. And by the early 1900s, the mine reached depths of thousands of feet below the surface of the earth. Despite these challenges, during its peak in the early 1900s, trains were hauling up to 2 million pounds of copper each month. Imagine that, all from this very spot where we're standing. While mining is what put Globe on the map, today's visitors discover there is so much more to this historic town. The charming downtown features beautiful historic buildings, including the 1906 courthouse. Art lovers can explore the new Starizona Trail with its urban art installations and colorful murals. History buffs might enjoy the allegedly haunted 1910 Gila County Jail, where paranormal tours are offered regularly. For those seeking outdoor adventure, the surrounding Tonto National Forest offers nearly 600,000 acres of wilderness perfect for hiking, mountain biking, and exploring. And if you're into antiquing or unique shopping, the 8,000 square foot Pickle Barrel Trading Post is filled with vintage treasures and artistic finds. What makes Globe special among Arizona mining towns is its resilience. Unlike many towns that boomed and then disappeared, Globe adapted and survived. Active mining operations still continue nearby, but tourism, outdoor recreation, and a growing arts scene are breathing new life into this historic community. As we continue our journey through Arizona's mining country, our next stop takes us even further back in time, where the search for gold created a boom that lasted just 5 short years before the town was all but abandoned. Let's go see what remains of this once thriving community. Being a geologist is hard work. All right, our final mining adventure for this trip is the one that is closest to Phoenix. We have arrived here at Goldfield Ghost Town. It sits in the shadow of the mysterious Superstition Mountains. While Superior and Globe are copper mining towns that have evolved with the times, Goldfield represents something just a little bit different. A genuine boom and bust gold rush town that flashed to life and then vanished almost as quickly. In the 1890s, high-grade gold ore was discovered in the nearby Mammoth Mine, and Goldfield exploded with activity. For 5 golden years, nearly 4,000 people called this place home. Miners, merchants, and all the colorful characters that populated the frontier towns. The streets bustled with saloons, boarding houses, and businesses catering to the mining community. By 1898, this town was already fading into history, offering visitors...
Watch ears, folks. Big loud whistle. Watch ears, guys.
Today's Goldfield is a lovingly reconstructed version of that 1890s boomtown, offering visitors a glimpse into Arizona's gold rush era. While the buildings here aren't original, they have been carefully designed to capture the authenticity of the period. One of the highlights of visiting Goldfield is taking the underground mine tour, where we can experience a small taste of what miners here endured during their quest for gold. The narrow passageways, dim lighting, are a stark reminder of the challenging conditions that miners faced every day during this era.
Don't buy it.
Thank you.
No, I do. I mean, no, he do buy it. Your caution was wise.
Spooky.
Now these candles would have been made from pig fat. That's not good because while they burn much quicker than anything we're going to be used to today. And you had to make this thing last for 12 straight hours because if you are 1,000 feet underground and you lose this in the dark, it's going to be easy to start up.
Okay, next up we're taking a little train ride. Choo choo.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me okay back there? As we come out on your right side over here, you're going to see an opening to a mine with the ore car in front of it. That is the Mammoth Mine. It's 1,052 feet deep right there. Goldfield Mining District, but this is where we found all of our gold all the way around us out here. You're going to see a rock formation up there. But that is the Bulldog Mine that sits up there. Over here, we're going to talk about this big old mountain right here. Originally it was called Sky Mountain or Promise Mountain. Now they call this the Superstition. This is a western exhibit right here. It's 250 miles all the way around. Almost 1 mile to the top. The second most photographed mountain here in Arizona was 25 to 30 million years old.
But the real star of the show here is the mountains looming over Goldfield, these superstitions, home to perhaps one of the most famous mining stories in America. The Lost Dutchman's gold mine has captivated treasure hunters for over a century. What isn't legend, though, is the geology behind these amazing mountains. The mountains here were formed by massive volcanic eruptions about 25 million years ago. While not typically associated with major gold deposits, the complex volcanic geology could have created small pockets of gold-bearing ore, just enough to fuel one of the Southwest's most enduring mysteries. Here at Lost Dutchman State Park, visitors get a chance to explore these legendary mountains for themselves. They have everything ranging from easy walks to challenging hiking trails and climbs, camping, nature walks, etc. It is a great place to base your adventure.
You want this volcanic rock to show them?
Sure.
Superstition tough.
Okay, so the geology of this area is the Superstition tough. Alicia's got it here.
Hopefully that's what that is.
I have no idea.
I just need to hold the ground.
Our roadside geology has not been doing us very well this trip. Okay, so apparently Alicia's never heard of the Lost Dutchman, so we're wondering if you've heard of it. And if you haven't heard of it, should we do a video searching for the Lost Dutchman? I feel like there's been a lot of people searching for it, but maybe it's our turn. Let me know in the comments. All right, so the Superstition Mountains behind me here have long been a source of mystery and legend. This whole area is dotted with many ancient cliff dwellings and caves with signs of former habitation. But it's not really certain who these people were. Some believe that they were the Solado or Hokum Indians who populated this part of Arizona several centuries ago. Later, Pimas and Apaches occupied this region. So during the 1840s, the Peralta family of northern Mexico supposedly developed rich gold mines in the Superstition Mountains. Their last expedition to carry gold back to Mexico occurred in 1848. But according to legend, the large party was ambushed by Apaches, and all were killed except for 2 Peralta family members who escaped back to Mexico. A number of other people were supposed to have known the mine's location or to even have worked it. Numerous maps have supposedly surfaced over the years, only to become lost or misplaced when people interested pressed for facts. People who claim to have found the Peralta mine have been unable to return to it, or some disaster occurred before they could file a claim, all adding to this lore of a lost mine. In the 1870s, Jacob Waltz, the Dutchman, although he was actually a native of Germany, was said to have located the mine through the aid of a Peralta descendant. Walt and his partner Jacob Weiser worked the mine and allegedly hid one or more caches of gold here in the Superstition Mountains. Most stories place these caches in the vicinity of Weaver's Needle, a well-known local landmark. Weiser was supposedly killed by Apaches, although according to some, by Waltz himself. In failing health, Jacob Waltz moved to Phoenix and died some 20 years later in 1891. He supposedly described the mine's location to Julia Thomas, a neighbor who took care of him prior to his death. Neither she nor dozens of other seekers in the years that followed were able to find the Lost Dutchman's mine. Despite countless expeditions and searches, the mine has never been found, if it exists at all. We've got a bet going on in the car that he was either hallucinating or just wanted to stir the pot as he was dying. Subsequent searchers have sometimes met with foul play or even death, contributing to the superstition and legend that surround these mountains. All right, last stop of the day is the Superstition Mountain Lost Dutchman Museum. So we're gonna go check that out. Let's go. I was trying to make it through before it smacked me. Really, like, just probably shut. Look at this. Oh my gosh, how cool. Apparently Thursdays and Saturdays are the days to come here because they run the stamp mill demonstrations. We all know I'm a sucker for a stamp mill, and so I'm a little sad because today's Friday. So mark your calendars to come to this area on Thursdays or Saturdays. I don't think they run all 20, but I'm here for it either way. Little baby headband. Okay, if this video gets 10,000 likes, we'll go search for the
maps. We can go out with a map. With a
Alicia's got a plan here. So 10,000 likes on this video, we'll go search for the Lost Dutchman. So as we wrap up our tour of these 3 historic mining communities, it's amazing to think that all of this, Superior's Copper Heritage and Mining Festival, Globe's historic downtown and mine park, and Goldfield's Ghost Town charm, lie within such an easy reach of Phoenix. So the next time you find yourself hanging out poolside in Scottsdale or stuck in Phoenix traffic, remember that just over an hour away, these mining towns are waiting to share their stories with you. Stories written in stone of copper, silver, and gold. Whether you're a geology nerd like me, or looking for an authentic Arizona adventure, or perhaps some hidden treasure, these gems deserve a spot on your itinerary. Thank you so much for joining me on this mining town road trip. If you've enjoyed exploring these geological wonders, be sure to check out my complete Arizona vlog and other adventures from this trip. Don't forget to subscribe for more adventures, and until next time, keep discovering the stories written in stone.